students, I am your maths teacher. In today's class, we are going to revise about complex number and I am going to teach you the sums based on the concepts. Point 8. They are given you two type of questions here, students. That is, show that the first part they are given you this type of value and they are asking you to show that it is real. And the second part also they are given you the value in this form and they are asking you to prove that it is purely imaginary. So for real and purely imaginary, we are having a concept. Based on that, we are going to do the sum now. Example 2.8. The first question they are given you like this: 2 plus I root 3 whole to the power 10 plus 2 minus I root 3 whole to the power 10 is real. The meaning of real is we are going to prove z bar equal to z. So this is the condition we are going to prove here, students. What I am going to do here is the given question I am going to take it as z. So this is the given value. I am going to take it as z. Understand properly. I am going to take it as z. Let z equal to, I am going to write that value. So consider, I am going to put it as consider. I am going to start my calculation from z bar. Z bar, from that finally I am going to bring the value as z. Just see the calculation how I am going to do. Z bar means I am going to put the whole bar here. According to the conjugate, this is the meaning of conjugate. What is the meaning is we can split the conjugate into two. Bar symbol into two. For the two questions we are going to split it separately. The next step what I am doing here is I am going to take this power 10 out of the conjugate. Whole to the power 10 I am just putting here. Once if I want to remove this bar symbol means while I am removing this symbol, this particular symbol, the sign will be changed in the middle. That is 2 minus I root 3 whole to the power 10 plus 2 plus I root 3 whole to the power. If you observe here, you can find the difference while I am removing the bar symbol. So this place I am getting this value. If you interchange and write, automatically I will be getting this particular question. The question what I frame for is z. So that is the value for z. So from this case I can say that z bar equal to z. That implies z is real. So for z to be real, I am proving this condition. What is the condition here is z bar equal to z, and we are having the properties related to that. Based on that only we are doing the sum here, students. Coming to the second question. If you see the second question, they have given you this value and they are asking you to prove it is purely imaginary. The purely imaginary means z bar equal to minus z. Here, since it is given in the form of fraction, what I am going to do is I am going to simplify the denominator. That is, I am going to simplify. I am just going to convert this fraction into a simple complex number, that is rectangular form. What I am doing here is I am going to take the first question, that is 19 plus 9i divided by 5 minus 3i whole to the power 15 they are given you. I am just going to take the value inside that power. What I am doing here is I am going to take conjugate, that is 5 minus 3i means divide and multiply by 5 plus 3i. That is the concept. Whenever you are going to get a complex number in the form of fraction means you are going to divide and multiply by the denominator. You are going to check divide and multiply by the opposite sign. That is taking conjugate. That is a concept. Simplifying. After simplifying, you will be getting a value like this. Just you are going to multiply like normal algebraic calculation. You are going to multiply. Denominator, if you notice, you are having in the form of a minus b into a plus b. This can be written as a square minus b square. In place of a, you are having it as 5. In place of b, I am going to take it as 3i. The value for I square is minus 1. You are going to replace this in this denominator part. Calculate here, students. You will be getting the answer as 2 plus 3i. Simplifying the fraction, I am getting in this form, that is 2 plus 3i. Same way, I am going to take this one. 8 plus I divided by 1 plus 2i, dividing and multiplying by the conjugate, that is 1 minus 2i. Calculate here, students, you will be getting the value as 2 minus 3i. Equation 1, equation 2. I am simplifying the fraction. I'm just making this question in a simpler form, rectangular form. Then only I'm going to start my calculation. First I'm simplifying the given complex number fraction as a rectangular form. Then I'm going to start my calculation now. From 1 and 2, we are writing the question in this form, students, that is z equal to 2 plus 3i whole to the power 15 minus 2 minus 3i whole to the power 15. I am going to start my calculation from z bar. Same way what I told for the first sum, you are going to try the calculation. While I am removing the bar symbol, that is conjugate symbol, the sign will be changed in the middle. Just check it to that. After getting in this form, what I am doing is I am just interchanging the first and second term. From this I am going to take a negative sign outside. Automatically I will be getting a value like this, and this value belongs to z, that is which is known as z minus z. That implies z bar equal to minus z. If I am going to get a condition in this form, means I can say that z is purely imaginary. If z bar equal to plus z means z is real. Z bar equal to minus z means z is purely imaginary. Example 2.27. If z equal to x plus iy and argument of z minus 1 divided by z plus 1 is equal to pi by 2. They are given you these two conditions here, students. They are asking you to show that x square plus y square equal to 1. Finally, we have to bring this answer. Example 2.27. First what I am going to do is, inside the argument I am going to take that particular fraction here, z minus 1 divided by z plus 1. In place of z, I am going to give the value as x plus iy. That is the condition given in your question, students. Z x plus iy minus 1 divided by x plus iy plus 1. Just I am going to separate the real part and imaginary part, that is x minus 1 plus iy, x plus 1 plus iy. Now check your denominator. What is the denominator I am having? X plus 1 plus iy. Divide and multiply by the conjugate means I am going to change only this sign, that is x plus 1 minus iy. Divide and multiply. You are going to simplify it very carefully. Do the calculation very slowly, students. Wherever you are going to get I square, you are going to replace the value as minus 1. You have to take time to do the calculation properly. Denominator, it is of the form a plus b into a minus b, which can be written as a square minus b square. So I square, again I square, the value is nothing but that is minus I square y square, means I square value is minus 1 y square, which can be written as plus y square, and that is the value I have written in this place. Do the calculation in this way, and while you are doing the calculation, you will be getting an answer in this form, that is after simplifying you will be getting a value like this, that is z minus 1 divided by z plus 1 is equal to x square plus y square minus 1 plus I into 2y, I 2y divided by x plus 1 the whole square plus y square. If you check the denominator part, you are not having the imaginary value. So you will be getting a value like this, students. The sum can be done in any way, just I am following this method. Now I am going to take another part of the question. So what is the thing given in the question is argument of z minus 1 divided by z plus 1 is equal to pi by 2. This is a condition. Z minus 1 divided by z plus 1 alone I have found the value, and this is the value. Replace here. While I am replacing, what I am doing here is real part separately I am bringing the fraction, plus imaginary part I am just splitting the fraction equal to pi by 2. Just come to this side. Argument of z is equal to tan inverse of modulus of b by a, imaginary part divided by real part. So this is a concept. Instead of argument of z, complex number, I am going to replace like this. This is the real part, students, plus imaginary part. Argument is converted to tan inverse of modulus of imaginary part divided by real part. So denominator, this particular value will get cancelled, so remaining I am going to get like this, tan inverse of 2y divided by x square plus y square minus 1 equal to pi by 2. Bring this tan inverse to left to right. I'm going to shift the tan inverse, means I'll be getting the value as tan pi by 2. Tan pi by 2 is nothing but tan 90 degree, which is equal to infinity. So 2y divided by x square plus y square minus 1 is equal to infinity. What I'm doing here is I'm just cross multiplying, just I'm bringing this infinity down, I'm bringing this value to the towards opposite side. 2y divided by infinity is 0 equal to x square plus y square minus 1. Just you are going to make a small calculation. X square plus y square minus 1 equal to 0. Bring this minus 1 to this side, that is x square plus y square equal to 1, and this is the answer they are asking you in your question. So just take time to do the calculation properly. Only when you understand the concept you can calculate it without by-hearting any steps. You can calculate the you can do the sum very clearly, students. Example 2.28, they are given you this condition, students, that is given z equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. They are asking you to show this one, that is z to the power n plus 1 divided by z to the power n is equal to 2 cos n theta, comma z to the power n minus 1 divided by z to the power n 2 equal to 2i sin n theta. So that is the concept they are telling here. Very easy calculation. Just I will tell you the method. We are going to use De Moivre's theorem, that is they are given you z equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. Z, you are having three types of z formation, that is z to the power n and 1 divided by z to the power n. What I am going to do here is z to the power n equal to cos theta plus I sin theta whole to the power n. According to the De Moivre's theorem, I am going to bring this n inside the angle, that is cos n theta plus I sin n theta. This is the value for z to the power n. Coming to 1 divided by z to the power n means, instead of positive, just you are going to change only the sign, cos n theta minus I sin n theta. So when I am adding these two values, I am going to cancel only these terms, that is I sin n theta, plus minus will get cancelled. So your answer is going to be 2 cos n theta. Similarly, when you are subtracting cos n theta, positive negative will get cancelled. The remaining value is going to be 2i sin n theta. So this is based on the property. Only if you understand the property, you can do this calculation very easily, students. Example 2.34, they are asking you to solve this particular value, students, that is z cube plus 8i equal to 0. They are asking you to solve this equation. So let me tell it slowly. So what is the thing I am going to do here is, first I am going to just make a simplification. Z cube equal to plus 8i, from left to right if I move, I will be getting it as minus 8i. Keep the 8 as it is outside, minus I am putting it inside here, students. In place of I am going to replace this value. I can be written in this form, polar form, that is cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. You have to keep this properly in your mind. I can also be written in this form, cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. Minus I, so minus cos pi by 2 minus I sin pi by 2. The next step, what I am doing here is, I am bringing the negative sign inside the angle. Cos of minus pi by 2 plus I sin minus pi by 2. Next, what I am doing here is, this is the way of doing the sum, adding 2k pi in the angle. Just same step, but what I am doing here is, just I am going to add 2k pi inside these angles. After adding, just you are going to cross multiply. After cross multiplying the term, you will be getting in this format, that is minus pi plus 4k pi by 2. The angle will be in this format. Next, what I am going to do is, if you see your left hand side, z cube, z to the power 3. You have to be very careful. Z to the power 3. Left hand side you are having this term. So from left to right I am going to move only the power. நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். Z cube வந்து left hand sideல பவர் என்ன இருக்குன்னா 3 இருக்குது. அந்த பவரை மட்டும் லெஃப்ட்லேருந்து ரைட்டுக்கு நான் மூவ் பண்ணும்போது இது 3னா இந்த சைடு மூவ் ஆகும்போது 1/3 ஹோல் டு த பவர் 1/3 ஆகும். நான் எப்படி அதை ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணுறேன்னா 8க்கு தனியாக 1/3யும் இந்த பர்டிகுலர் ஃப்ராக்ஷனுக்கு தனியாக 1/3ன்ற கான்செப்ட் கொண்டு வரேன் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். Then what I am going to do here is, in place of 8, I am going to write it as 2 cube. So 3 1/3 will get cancelled. 3 into 1/3 will get cancelled. This 1/3 I am going to bring it inside the angle. Be very careful using De Moivre's theorem. We are bringing it inside. So 1/3 means 1, that is 2 into 3, you will get it as 6. Denominator value will be getting it as 6. You have to be very clear with the concept, then only you can do the sum in a proper way. So I am getting this value here students, just mark it as 1. I am going to take the value for k as 0, 1, 2. On what basis I am taking here is, the question, in your question I am having the values z to the power 3 plus 8i. So z to the power 3 means I am going to give the value for k 3 values, that is 0, 1, 2. In equation 1, I am going to give the value, that is put k equal to 0 in 1. So wherever I am going to have k, I am going to replace the value as 0. After replacing, I will be getting a value like this, cos minus pi by 6 plus I sin minus pi by 6. In this place, you have to keep this property in your mind, that is sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, cos of minus theta is equal to plus cos theta. Just I am writing like this, cos of minus theta is cos theta, sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Instead of theta, you are having the value as pi by 6. Pi by 6 is nothing but 180 divided by 6 is 30 degree. Just calculate the, just write the, I'm just for your understanding, I'm writing the value like this. Cos 30 sin 30, replace the value root 3 by 2, 1 by 2. After replacing, simplify the term, you will get the answer like this. That is z equal to root 3 minus I. Similarly, put k equal to 1 in equation 1. After simplifying, you will be getting a value like this students, that is z equal to 2i. Just try the calculation by your way. While you are trying the calculation, you will understand how to do the sum. So z equal to 2i. Similarly, we are going to give the value for k equal to 2. So put k equal to 2 in equation 1. Substitute here students, you will be getting a value like this. So you have to be very careful while you are doing the sum. Cos 7 pi by 6 plus I sin 7 pi by 6. Using the quadrant concept, you are going to calculate the value. That is, I am splitting this as pi plus pi by 6. After splitting, you are going to write the terms. You are going to simplify. After, you will be finding a, you will be getting a value like this. That is minus root 3 minus I. The 2 will get cancelled. The final answer will be z equal to minus root 3 minus I. Therefore, the values of z are, you are going to get 3 values. They are root 3 minus I, comma 2i, comma minus root 3 minus I. Students, now we are going to see some theoretical part in our complex number. So, whenever we are going to do the sum, it is always based on some concept. Just we are going to see an outline of the concept now. So, complex number, the first one is, I am going to teach you about the powers of imaginary unit I. So what is the meaning of powers of imaginary unit I is, I to the power, this, all these concepts they are given you in a book. In short, I am just going to explain you. I to the power 0 is 1, I to the power 1 I square minus 1, I cube minus I. And the very important thing is I to the power 4 equal to 1. Similarly, for negative, they are given you the value. And based on this, we are having sums. That is, I to the power n is can be expressed in the form I to the power 4q plus k. That is, n is equal to 4q plus k. And this k remainder should be in between 0 to 4. That is a concept they are telling you. We will be simplifying based on this calculation. Second one is a rectangular form of a complex number. The meaning of rectangular form is a representation. A complex number is of the form x plus iy, where x and y are real numbers. X is called the real part and y is called the imaginary part of the complex number. So rectangular form means a representation in this form, x plus iy form is known as rectangular form. Third one, equal. when I can say two complex numbers are equal is if they are going to give you two complex numbers z1 equal to x1 plus iy1 and z2 equal to x2 plus iy2 means are said to be equal if and only if real part of z1 is equal to real part of z2 and imaginary part of z1 equal to imaginary part of z2. That is, between two complex number, real part value must be equal, x1 equal to x2 and imaginary part y1 equal to y2. Seventh one, loss of indices in complex number. They are given you some condition, that is z to the power m into z to the power n is nothing but z to the power m plus n. Similar basic of power model. So z to the power m divided by z to the power n means z to the power m minus n. Multiplication, similarly you can bring the powers inside the complex number. That is the concept. Eighth question, conjugate of a complex number. Conjugate. So what is the meaning of conjugate of a complex number? If I am going to take a complex number, if x plus iy is a complex number means then the conjugate is x minus iy. So what is the difference? This is the complex value given, x plus iy is the complex number. The conjugate for this particular complex number is x minus iy. Just I am going to change only the sign in the imaginary part, not in the real part. Only in the imaginary part the sign will be changed. So only the imaginary part sign is going to get changed means I can say it is the conjugate of the given complex number. The complex conjugate of z is denoted by z bar. That is why most of the places while you are doing the sum, if z equal to x plus iy means z bar, that is z conjugate is nothing but x minus iy. So keep this in your mind and this is a very important concept. Next, coming for the properties of complex conjugate. So this is a very important concept here, students. Properties of complex conjugates. The first property here is z1 plus z2 the whole conjugate, that is whole bar, is equal to z1 bar plus z2 bar. We can split it separately. For negative also we can split it. For multiplication also you are going to split like this. Division also same way. This that is a real part of z is equal to z plus z bar by 2 and imaginary part of z is z minus z bar divided by 2i. And based on this condition we have done a calculation in our sum. That is, this theoretical part itself we have proved it as a sum. 6 and 7 very important. Z is real means if and only if z equal to z bar, and z is purely imaginary, meaning is if and only if z equal to minus z bar, or sometimes they will be so this is a way, z equal to z bar or z equal to minus z bar. They can write in another way, z bar equal to z and z bar equal to minus z. You may ask me this question, why miss you are changing and writing in this way? Means based on this concept we have done a problem example sum in this video. That is the first sum I have done. Just check it out and this is the way I am calculating the answer, and both the meaning are same. Just verify, cross check and see, you will understand the concept. Eighth one, z to the power n the whole bar means this power n can be taken out, that is z bar, z conjugate, that is z bar whole to the power n. Ninth one, z double bar, double conjugate means which is equal to z. Question number 10, modulus of a complex number. So modulus, that is if z equal to x plus iy, then the modulus of a complex number is denoted by, and this is a symbol for the modulus sign, student, that is this two line is known as the modulus of z equal to root of x square plus y square. So that is the meaning. So if z equal to x plus iy, z conjugate x minus iy, then z into z bar is equal to modulus of z the whole square. That just the property they are telling here, explaining you. That is, they are linking the conjugate and modulus concept in this place. Coming to the properties of modulus of a complex number. Particularly in modulus you have to be very careful. Modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. And only the important part alone I am just going to explain you. Multiplication and division you are not going to have any problem, but addition and subtraction you have to be careful with the calculation. Real part of z is less than or equal to modulus of z, and imaginary part of z is also less than or equal to modulus of z. And the very important formula in this place is this part, student, that is this is the property you will be using. Modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus z2 less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. This second and third condition is in the form of triangle inequality. In front of that we are going to calculate this value. So similarly, we are finding the distance between 2 points z1 and z2 means you will be using distance formula, that is root of x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square. Next concept, square root of a complex number. So to find a square root of a complex number, we are going to use this formula here, students, that is a root of a plus ib, that is we are going to form, this is the real part plus imaginary part, and I have explained you. Based on that we are going to see this concept, that is modulus of z is modulus of a plus ib, which is can be written as a root of a square plus b square, and they have given you these two conditions, and this is the idea of the square root of complex number. Coming to the next one is equation of circle in complex number. So whenever they are asking you to represent an equation of circle in complex number means we will be using this format, that is modulus of z minus z naught equal to r is the equation of the circle in complex form. Here z naught is fixed complex number, r fixed positive real number, z minus z naught less than r means it represents the point interior of the circle, greater than r means it represents the point exterior of the circle. The next one, polar form of a complex number. So what is the meaning of polar form of a complex number? So z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta is the polar form. Cos theta plus I sin theta, in short they will be writing like this, CIS theta. Here r is nothing but absolute value or modulus of z. Mostly you will be using modulus of z. Theta means argument or amplitude of z. Each value of theta is calculated as an argument of z, where theta is equal to argument of z. So this is the idea of polar form. It is also known as trigonometric form of a complex number. Properties of argument. So argument means ARG, that is the notation I am going to use here. So argument of z1 into z2 can be written as argument of z1 plus argument of z2. Argument of z1 divided by z2 can be written as argument of z1 minus argument of z2. Argument of z to the power n can be written as n argument of z. So the alternate form is given like this, cos theta plus I sin theta is cos 2k pi plus theta plus I sin 2k pi plus theta. Just the properties they are given for argument. The next one is Euler's form of the complex number. E to the power I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. This identity is known as Euler's form. This can also be written as z equal to r e to the power I theta is the polar form of the complex number. So Euler form, so they are just representing in two ways. Just have an idea about this one, students. Coming to De Moivre's theorem. So De Moivre's theorem, they will be giving you a complex number cos theta plus I sin theta. And if I am going to have a power like this, power n means this power I am going to bring it inside the angle, that is cos n theta plus I sin n theta. And this way of writing is known as De Moivre's theorem. That is a condition based for this one. The next one is to find nth root of a complex number. Suppose if we are going to give you a value like this, z to the power 1 by n means you will be calculating 1 by n on this side, that is 1 by n whole to the power, and this is the idea, just giving you the outline. N means you will be just taking the values for k, we will be giving the values for k starting from 0 to n minus 1. So based on these concepts only we are just seeing the sum students. Understand properly, whenever you are doing the sum, what is the question they are asking you and what is the thing they are asking you to prove. According to that, what is the formula we are applying, understand all these small things, then do the sum students. Do well in your test. Thank you.